Hey guys, I'm Midfield, and welcome to my latest video. So, as you can tell by the title, we're going for something a bit different today. Now, I thought since it's only about 40 days to the World Cup, I think it's 40 or 50, I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty close. I thought, why not do some World Cup themed videos, you know, just because I'm interested in football, and I know that quite a lot of my subscribers are interested in football. You guys seem to like it. I've had a lot of views on the Champions League prediction videos that I did a while back, so I thought, why not go with this, because it seems to be quite popular. So in this video I'm basically going to be talking through my predictions of what the starting 11 should be for the England squad. Now, the main reason I'm doing this is because I'm English, obviously, and I just thought it's the best place to start. I am going to be doing some other starting 11 squad predictions, but I'm not going to be going for every team. I'm just going to pick out like a few teams that I've already got some in mind, and maybe I would be doing them soon. And I also may do a World Cup predictions for each group if I have time, or if there's 40 days I should have time. Yeah, I will be doing group stage predictions, and at the end of the tournament I'm going to be doing my team of the tournament, which will basically just be the 11 best players of the tournament, but that's a while away. But if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter's down in the description, but it's twitter.com/thatnerdlouis, so check it out. Let's get into the video. So guys, here we go. I'll start with the first player on the list, and as you can see by the picture down here, it's Joe Hart. The England goalkeeper, not much needs to be said about him. Yeah, he's not had the best season. I mean, he's had quite a lot of mistakes for Man City, but he's getting back to his ways. And let's be honest, there's not really any better England keepers anyway, so just have Joe Hart because he's the best we've got. Next, I'm going for the left back, which in my opinion should be Ashley Cole. Now, there's other English left backs such as Kieran Gibbs, Leighton Baines, people like that, but personally I find that Ashley Cole is probably the best defensively. Like, Leighton Baines is very good at going forward, but England really need a strong defender that can play on the wings, that's got a decent amount of pace on him, that can tackle well, because we're going to be coming up against the likes, certainly in the group stage, we're going to come with the likes of El Shaarawy, Balotelli, if we play Brazil, they've got Neymar, Willian, Hulk, and we'll be playing Uruguay, so we've got Suarez, Cavani, and basically we just need to be able to hold down the wings. I reckon if we can hold down the wings and control the midfield, I think we've got a huge shot of winning it, because a lot of people underestimate England, but when it comes to the big stages, often they do produce quite well. And since the BPL has been absolutely amazing this year, and a lot of the players for the BPL sides are English obviously, and they've been getting a lot of game time, they've been performing really well, so I think it's a big year for England. But I'm going to move on. So next up, we've got Phil Jagielka, the centre-back from Everton, and I just feel that he's a very solid centre-back. I think he's been injured for a little bit with Everton, but he should be back for the World Cup, and I think they should be in the team, because he's a solid centre-back, and he's got a decent amount of pace. And the other centre-back is Gary Cahill. Now, I think Gary Cahill is one of the best headers of the ball England has ever seen defensively, apart from John Terry, because he's a very good header of the ball. Cahill is basically Terry, but younger, faster, and yeah, he has less experience, but he's still a qualities defender, and I think he should be in the team. And at right back, we're going with a player from my favourite team, Liverpool, going with Glenn Johnson. He's just fast. He's more the attacking option for England, because the right mid I've got to play above him is sort of a bit defensive, so I think that Glenn Johnson would be great because he can get forward a bit more, while the other ones, the right mid holds back and they can switch around, and I think it causes a lot of problems for a lot of teams. Next up, we're going for the left wing, and this is Raheem Sterling. Now, this player has... Last year he didn't really do much. He got a few assists, got a few goals for Liverpool, but this season he's been absolutely brilliant. Like, I think without him, I don't think Liverpool would be in the position that they're in to win the league. His pace, in his dribbling, and even his shooting is just absolutely brilliant. Like, yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm probably hyping him up a bit too much, but he is a quality player, and I believe that he needs to get more playing time for the international team because of that pace. If you've seen what he does for Liverpool on the counter attack, booms forward, gets it to Sturridge, Suarez, them sort of players, and quite often it results in a goal. Like this season, Liverpool have blown away teams like Arsenal, Tottenham, Southampton. You know, all the decent. Well, in fact, at home we've looked really strong on the counter, and I think that's our biggest asset, to be honest, because we defend well. Maybe not the best, but we defend well. Then we push forward, catch teams on the break, and that's how we're in the position that we are to potentially win the league this year. Touch wood. Next up, we got Adam Lallana from Southampton. Now, this is probably the player from a team that's a bit lower down, Southampton, but he's an absolute quality player. Like, he played against, I think he played against Denmark for England in the friendly, and he set up Sturridge and once. I think that's how it went, but he's a quality player. He's a good creative player. He's banged in a few goals for Southampton this year, and he's just a decent player, and I think he deserves more time in the England squad. Next up, familiar face, the captain, Stevie G. In my opinion, one of the best midfielders England had ever seen. Yeah, he had Beckham, but Gerrard's kind of on the same level as Beckham, although Beckham's a bit older, I think. Yeah, Beckham's older. Gerrard has been brilliant this season. He's one of the best dead ball specialists, so from free kicks, penalties, corners, all those sort of things, he's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I'm hyping him up a bit. I'm a Liverpool supporter, but he is my favourite player. I'm just going to put that out there. And he definitely deserves to be in the England team as the captain. You can't not have him. Be like Pirates of the Caribbean without Captain Jack Sparrow. It's just, you can't have it. So next, in the right mid spot, we've got James Milner, and that's probably a bit of a weird one. Most people would have gone for Oxlade-Chamberlain or Townsend, but I prefer Milner because last weekend against Liverpool he was absolutely brilliant. As soon as he came on, well, we basically got Man City back into the game. He was doing 1-2s with players, getting in the area. He was causing all sorts of problems for Liverpool, and we just couldn't handle him. But luckily we did get a goal, which was pretty lucky, but we'll take it. We beat Man City and we're one step closer to the title. But James Milner is a very good player, and I think he should be in the England squad because I think he can cause problems for a lot of teams that don't really know how to deal with this sort of player. Because he's not the fastest, but he can get in those key areas. And now for the two strikers, first of which being Danny Welbeck. Now, a lot of people think Danny Welbeck's a crap player, but he's not exactly Michael Owen or Alan Shearer. He's not absolutely brilliant, but he can score goals. He's got a lot of pace. He's a good passer, good dribbler, and I think he can basically set up the other players. So you've got your Lallana and Gerrard pushing forward, and then he can also link up with my other striker, which I'll mention in a second, excuse me. Yeah, Danny Welbeck, not a bad player, although of course you could always swap him in with Wayne Rooney, who's probably a better option, but I'm not really a fan of Wayne Rooney, not just because he plays for Man U, it's just I just don't think he's as good as he used to be. I think he's getting old, and I think this England team needs to be mostly younger players, although I've got some older players such as Stevie G. Guys, if you're wondering why I'm wearing a different top for this part of the video, it's basically because I forgot to add this bit in. It completely slipped my mind. So I'm basically just doing it now, and I'm going to add it into the video, as you'll see. So the other striker in the England squad that I think should definitely go to the World Cup is Daniel Sturridge, the Liverpool man. He's just had an absolute outstanding season alongside Luis Suarez. Obviously, Luis Suarez is Uruguayan, so he's not going to be in the England squad, but Sturridge himself is an absolutely brilliant player. He's got pace, he's got skill, he's got composure. He's just so good in the penalty area. Like, most of the shots he takes in the penalty area will probably go in. He doesn't take many long shots, but you don't need to be taking long shots because combined with the other quick players in the team, so there's your Sterlings, your Welbecks, even Milner's pretty quick, they're going to be nipping in and out. And I think the way that we're going to have to, if England got any chance of winning this year, we're going to have to hit teams on the counter-attack, defend well and push forward quickly, do what Liverpool have done in this season in the Prem, and just blitz teams. And that's the only way we've got any chance of winning, because we don't have the creativity of Brazil, or we don't have the strength of Germany, but we do have speed and precision of England. Now moving on to the substitutes bench, I'm just going to go over these quickly. You've got the goalkeeper, Forster from Celtic. I think he's a really good keeper. When Celtic played Barcelona, he did really well, and he was unlucky to concede. I think conceded 1 goal or 2 goals against Barcelona, but Barcelona were a great team, obviously better than Celtic, but he's a great keeper. Centre back, you've got John Terry. But he's the old man on the bench, really, although he's next to another old man on the bench. Sorry, I've got a really bad cough. I've been a bit ill for the past few days, so but I'm trying to get you a video because I love making videos. Next you got Frank Lampard from Chelsea. You got Luke Shaw, the young left back from Southampton, and I just think he's a quality young player that's going to probably turn out to be like Ashley Cole when he's older. He's going to be a great defensive player. He's also not too bad at going forward. I'm really sorry about this cough. I have to take some tablets or something. There you got Jack Wilshere from Arsenal, the centre mid, who's kind of like Stevie G, but I think in a few years when Stevie G retires, he's going to be in that sort of role that Stevie G plays, but obviously he'll be playing for Arsenal. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, the winger, is an absolutely brilliant player. Definitely needs to be in the squad. And the next striker, Ricky Lambert from Southampton. Again, there's a few Southampton players on, but they're a great side. Even though they're not doing too well, they are a brilliant side. Lambert, I don't know, it's hard to explain what kind of player he's like, because he's just that target man, really. He's that sort of, he's not that big, but he's pretty tall enough and got a good jumping so he can get headers. And he's got good shooting, and he's not the fastest player, but he's not the slowest player, so he's kind of a bit like Rooney, but a little bit slower. Cross between Rooney and Andy Carroll, I think that's probably the best way to describe him, and I think he's a really good player. So that's it for the team, really. So all I've got to say now is thanks for watching. The usual, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.